Can you also not count up this time?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I did that. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know why I started from 1 last time. Okay, hi. Welcome to our submission for I Want to Be the Co-op. This is an I Want to Be the Guy fan game with a bit of a twist that's pretty immediate from the get-go. That being, you have a partner and you can play with them in co-op. So the vast majority of fan games are single player and based on the original I Want to Be the Guy. This one is a little bit based on I Want to Be the Guy and a little bit based on things that were based on I Want to Be the Guy. As the fan game community's kind of like diversed a lot since the original. So this stage is pretty basic for the get-go. It really is just trying to teach you how you work with a partner in an I Want to Be the Guy fan game. You've got these red walls that both players have to get to open up. Just teaching you how to play, like left is left, right is right. Shift is jump, but it's rebindable, and Z is generally shoot, and that's the button you have to land. Yeah, you have to land that platform.
Speaking of shoot.
Yeah, shoot, I messed up there. My bad. Like, I saw you going, and I thought you'd already made it for some reason because of the delay, so I didn't want to miss the platform cycle.
It was very close.
Yeah. Bit of a mistake on my part. There is a bit of a delay between seeing the two players, so when Cosmo moves on my screen, he moves slightly earlier on his screen, and certain attacks and desyncs can happen because of that. Thank you.
I nearly hit that spike.
I always go for the safe first. Probably for the best, really. Considering you tend to drop immediately.
Yeah, I kind of forget about it all the time.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, it teaches you about how the platforms work in this game. Disappearing ones, certain things you press, so on and so forth. Like, for the most part, pretty basic stuff. Just trying to get you used to everything and how to shoot targets and not miss everything all the time. That's actually a fast hit on that one. Normally it takes me a bit longer.
Well, the last 2 attempts, it definitely took you a lot longer.
Yeah, I cannot shoot to save my life. Which, thankfully, like, this game does have an auto-fire if you just hold the shoot button down, but unfortunately, that does not help you with your accuracy. So, unless you can just stand still, it's not perfect for that. Hey, there we go, that's much better. Last time took me 3 tries. Cosmo, thank you.
I forgot.
I noticed. For the most part, you'll be seeing Cosmo doing the harder routes. It's great. He is the better player, and I get to slack off. Unless he dies to a boss again, then I'm gonna have to be sad.
I try not to do that this time.
Yeah, that would be great. Like, not just that I have to actually play well, it also slows things down quite significantly. Now I push the blocks. I always go for the save point still.
Now the save point.
Yeah, I know, but like I could go straight up here, and you could just walk down. So I thought
You make a good
that
point.
Like, you could just hold right still and be fine.
Yeah, I just kind of. You've always gotten the save point.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't there because I thought, this way we'll definitely not have to worry about both of us pressing reset.
How did I?
Holding right there is kind of tough. Like, that's actually one of the drops in hard mode that you can't do. Like, you've actually got to land on the left side for it. Ah, I messed up there. Yeah. Like, on hard mode, you've got to land on the left side because that drop is just a bit too much. Speaking of Cosmo being the better player, this is why I let him do the hard route. You can both do both routes together if you want to, but again, if you're trying to do a speedrun, you'll want to have both people go in different directions. Oh. So we definitely each have our own targets in this run, which is pretty good. So, in the early versions of this game, RNG actually wasn't shared between players, which always threw people off when they were first watching this. However, eventually Nemega did find a way to get most of it to be shared still. There are still points that aren't, but I'm not entirely sure what they all are. Yeah, I could not see a way through on that.
That's fine, I got perfect, just walk.
Nice. Yeah, and thankfully when one player touches the warp to the boss, it takes both of you. So, you did see a sign before that warp. In harder difficulties, there are actually hidden bosses, and that's telling you about the secrets to unlock the hidden bosses. But on medium difficulty, there's no secret bosses to speak of. Anyway, welcome to the first boss. This is Bubble Bobble. And friends. So, Bubble Bubble's brought a few guys along for the ride, as you can tell. As far as I'm aware, Sonic is not in the original Bubble Bubble game. I could be wrong. It really went straight into the corner. It really went straight into the corner for that power block. I'm really bad at judging that power block every single time. It's always a problem for me.
This is somehow the one boss we consistently mess up.
It really is, and I don't know why, because it's the easiest one. Wait, it should be the easiest one. It's the first boss. Would that have been safe in the corner? I can't tell. I think so. Alright, cool. And then on to Pikachu. Oh boy.
Definitely in Bubble Bobble.
Yep, definitely in Bubble Bobble. Nintendo are big Bubble Bobble fans. Alright, and if you do have both people alive, obviously it makes this go way faster, because you have double the damage. And thankfully, the last attack that he does here is a curving one, which is a bit of a problem to try to read, but with two people, he dies so fast you don't even see it.
No problem, except for the part where there was a problem, but no problem.
Yeah, except for the part there was a problem there. That's fine, it happens. All the bosses are kind of long in this game, so unfortunately any death to them is quite a big time loss. But they're also not too difficult, so it's normally fine. Alright, on to stage 2. Welcome to where the gimmicks start getting real. First things first is teaching about the teleporter mechanic, which is going to be very useful in this stage, as it's going to split off into 3 different sections, and the teleporter is the main way that you tend to use to get back.
It's also the main thing you use to break the game.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know about that one. That was already going all the way to the top. I'm still not great at this last platform. That's fine. Good. Alright. So here are the 3 paths that you have to clear up to try to get to the final boss. This is where things start getting a little interesting in the speedrun, because obviously, when you have multiple routes, the best way is for people to do different bits individually. The downside of this is that for this part, it means that one person basically can't take a save point. Because otherwise, the second player will also get teleported to him. So to do this fastest, Cosmo has to effectively not die here.
You good?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good. I mean, if I died in the hub, that would be shocking. I would deserve all the time lost from that. Hardest jump in the game. I don't know why this jump's so hard. There we go. Such an awkward gate jump. Yeah, meanwhile, while I'm doing this, what we call Needle, which is generally just platforming with spikes, which is also a reference to another fan game called I Want to Be the Love Trap. This black and white art style is actually pretty famous from that game, and it uses the song Bad Apple, which is a very well-known song at this point. While I'm doing this, Cosmo's learning the teleporter mechanic, which is what teleports you exactly 2 blocks forwards, which is why for that first screen, if you hug the wall, it will teleport you perfectly across from it. I cannot do this last save to save my life. Oh my god, I still barely got that too. Let me know when you're done.
I'm on the last screen now. I actually fucked up on the last screen. I didn't say that.
I'm just letting you focus, that's fine.
No, I messed up. I died.
Oh no.
You want to reset that?
We'll keep going for now and see what the time looks like.
Mostly just because I swear.
Yeah, it's fine. One swear's okay.
I don't like it, but...
Are you pressing R?
Oh, I'm on my way.
Okay.
That was my best attempt yet, but...
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Generally do pretty well at that as well, so a bit of a shame to die to it still. Oh. Yeah, I don't think, like, swearing's... I'm not going to say it's fantastic, but obviously I don't think they think of it as the worst thing in the world.
I really thought that was too high, but I'm amazed.
Really?
That is very high.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Welcome to Gimmick 2 after that unfortunate mishap. That was a bit of a shame that it ended right at the end. Okay, you got that, cool. It's a bit of a shame it ended right at the end of the second area, but I guess now we'll just be able to go through together.
Now you can see it. Before you couldn't see it because I was going to do it, but...
I mean,
In an ideal world, I would have hit the Triforce there, and
yeah. So
would
the
have done the taps
Triforce is
individually.
gonna be right at the end of this, but like the plus side is that even though Cosmo did fail at the end, all the buttons that need to be pressed here are still going to be activated. So we can more or less just go straight to the end of the stage without having to do some of the more minor detours. You're too used to skipping the save points.
Habit.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to try to do the save still.
Figure it out.
So about that watching the stage that we mentioned earlier, unfortunately that's not what's going to happen, as I'm going to wait until Cosmo hits a save. Or just, yeah, there we go, there we go. This is actually probably one of the harder screens. Mostly because of the, like, this save right here. This one's a bit of an awkward checkpoint. I've never been great at it, thank you. And this is the last screen where it's just where I'm
that teleport right there is where I died.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Just wasn't touching the wall.
Literally the end. Same. Alright, on to Area 3 then. So, welcome to Bombs, with its very, very pretty graphic. Obviously, bombs can break walls. Guns cannot break walls. There's the gimmick.
Do not apply this to real life.
Yeah, do not apply this to real life. You can also arc your bomb if you... Every time. How do you keep getting that?
I don't know.
You are so good at that shot.
This is a submission for an event? Yeah, we're trying to submit this to ESA.
So here's one of the skips. The idea you're supposed to do for this screen is you're meant to like blow up certain blocks to be able to get to the top of the screen to destroy one of the platforms at the bottom. But if you just place 2 bombs at the end, then you can just go straight to the finish line. Which is actually a strat that I discovered in like one of the very early versions with my friend, because we tended to lag so much. The blocks would also have a bug back then where they'd keep moving even after you've hit the reset. So they get stuck against the wall and we wouldn't be able to beat the puzzle. So I figured out we could just both place it at the end, and it's one of the few skips that has survived from the beginning to the end to this very day. Yeah, as far as the bombs are concerned, to carry on with that part, so they tend to keep your movement speed, so you can arc bombs up and downwards. So if you're jumping, it'll go upwards and it'll fall down. If he just goes down, if you're just falling while you shoot the bomb, then it'll just keep all of that speed as well, despite still arcing into a certain direction. Oh, I think we both got that as well. Like, that was really clean. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you probably hit it first, but we both got that on my side, so...
Yeah, I can't tell because I think we both got it on my side, too.
Oh, nice.
Up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Wasn't looking.
Actually got to reset.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're the one that has to look for this one, I'm afraid. If you're on the top part here, you basically just stand still. If you're on the bottom part, you actually have to dodge.
But I don't like looking.
Yeah, but you're the good player here. You're the one that's meant to do well.
Yeah, the good player means I don't use my brain.
Yeah, true. You definitely don't use your brain. I mean, I'm your partner. I can't say I do any differently, though, so... Right.
It was a very brainless submission on all accounts here.
There we go. Jump into the Triforce. Don't need a
Managed
save
to
point
jump over it.
anyway. Just jumped over it, nice. And then redo this screen again one last time to move on to the boss. Hey, just pass through the platform. Okay, cool. Thankfully, only one person has to get through, and Cosmo succeeded, so we're good there. Oh yeah, you press skip this time, nice. Welcome to boss 2, this is Worms. This guy has various attacks based on the Worm series, and you'll be able to tell that from some of his voice lines as well. For a moment I thought you were dead because I couldn't see you. Oh my god, got worried. And then after you all get to the floor, he does another attack for shooting at the bottom. But it can vary from like doing something similar to what was happening before, or he could do a completely different attack as well. And if you're on the right side, it's definitely the hard place for this fight, because when he starts this part, as he just did there, he can just shoot it straight down with no power, and you get basically no warning. And it is so terrifying. You've got to react really quickly for that. Oh, and this one, yeah, the Holy Hand Grenades are definitely the scariest. Those ones are easily the scariest. I think it's better to go to the left one on your side than the right one, just because of that reason.
Yeah, it feels safer.
Yeah, for sure. It's so hard to read the first one he does, because after the first shot at least, then you can see him change his angle. Or if he doesn't change his angle, know that he's going to shoot it basically immediately. Obviously, yet again, this boss is far faster if you have 2 people alive instead of 1. So it's very optimal that nobody dies here. Also,
not dying is always the fastest way to play.
It really is, yeah. This is also the first instance of what we'll see very frequently from this point on, which is a post-boss kill attack. For some reason, the first boss is the only one that doesn't have that. If you're playing on harder difficulties, there are actually secret bosses, like I said earlier, and those bosses also have a post-kill attack as well. Nice. On to stage 3. Welcome to Sonic. I don't remember which Sonic game this is from. With some of the most awkward spike hitboxes you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got it for once. Let's go. Also,
go.
the stage was some of the biggest skips because for some reason, when things got patched in later, the secrets tended to give you a few more movement options than it was supposed to. So, for example, you can just go to that secret right there, and it gives you a teleporter. And as you can probably guess, you're not supposed to be able to keep the teleporter outside of the secret areas. So this lets you skip about... I keep forgetting the spikes are in the wall there every time. Can't see those spikes, they always catch me. You die at the end?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a shame. We do have to skip the save every time because of that though, because otherwise we'll, well, I'll have to fall down again because for some reason it won't work for Cosmo. I don't know why. I'm missing platforms, unfortunately. That was not too low. Okay, good. There you go. So all of these screens right here you'd have to do properly if you didn't have this teleporter gimmick. And obviously they can take quite a bit of time. But it skips a very significant amount of platforming.
Reset.
Yeah, I just teleported into the thing anyway because I thought you had it. And then yet again, I swear I pressed jump at the right time. I guess I pressed teleport. I guess if I press them together, it does the teleport first still. There you go, yeah. There we go. If you teleport from the left side of that trigger, you actually keep the teleport, because obviously you're not supposed to keep it for this screen, because you could just completely bypass it. So the first half of the Sonic stage, you effectively just skip entirely. And go straight onto an I Wanna Be the Guy mini-stage-esque thing. Nice. So, welcome to I Wanna Be the Guy.
I'm the one who forgot.
If one of us dies, then we both get reset to the previous position. The main gimmick here is traps and, funny trolls. Which you shouldn't ever die to once you know them, however...
We're known for messing up.
Sometimes people make mistakes. Ah, I hate dying on that one. I could have rushed that, but I didn't trust it. We both rushed that, though.
Ding.
Nice.
Oh, that's not where I go.
Yeah, that one's never worth it going there. I guess we just hold left together this time.
Yep.
Ah, dang.
I figured it wasn't gonna work, but...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we'd get the save, so I went for that first. You don't need that second button there, it just feels good to get. It's not right just seeing a button there and not activating it, you know? Although I was saying that, I'm kind of surprised that's not a trap because of that reason. The top one's a trap. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is Miku, don't worry about her.
Mike.
She's a well-known character in I Wanna Be the Guy fan games, so it's very much a reference to that. Every time I forget about that, I'm always worried I'm going to jump into it. Alright, and with that, we're out of the little trap section and back into Sonic. So, the way these platforms work is the blue platform is the one that's going to appear next. The red one is the one that's about to disappear. And if you play things right, you just kind of speed along through all of it. It's very satisfying to do well, that's for sure. And on to another kind of platform where I don't have to do anything. I just hold the button and Cosmo does some jumps for me.
Ah, for you.
Yeah, maybe not for yourself as well, but also for me.
Okay, you'll have to wait for that one.
Yeah. I figured I went a bit early there. Hey, nice. Platform part 2. Platform slower. Now Cosmo doesn't have to think quite so much, but unfortunately he does still have to think a little bit, otherwise I'm going to run slightly too far and push him into a spike, and that makes him sad.
That makes everyone sad. No one wants to see that.
This is such a long screen, it does make everyone sad. Everyone involved in the process. It's very unhappy when you die on this screen.
A bit higher.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine. It's fine.
I wasn't sure that was too high there. It's definitely pretty close. Yeah, I knew I was going to mess this up. I'm so bad at the second jump. Now I get it, of course. Of course, now I get it. Right as I say that. Buddy. The 9 being over me does throw me off a little bit, that's for sure. There we go. Thank you for waiting.
I mean, I kind of had no choice.
Yeah, I know. Alright, I'm back onto the platform gimmick. No, I didn't say it earlier, but the way the platform gimmick works is that when both players are off it, it will flash 3 times and then disappear. So it does give you a bit of a countdown. So optimally, you both try to jump at the same time and hope you go fast enough as right as the... I swear I did not jump that high. I'm just gonna let you do that jump. There we go.
Amazing to hit that last spike.
Yeah, kind of same. I hit that one. I could have sworn I pressed the thing in time, but okay. I hate when I get the platform and it still kills me. I'm actually going to try to pay attention for this because I keep messing this up right now. Why would... Yeah, that was just me holding... Oh, no. How did you die to that?
I bonked.
Oh, no. Oh, that is unfortunate.
One of the last segments we actually need to do.
Yeah, that is the last jump in this.
That's fine. It's not that bad of a time.
Yeah,
loss.
it's not too long. Yeah, I went slightly too early, so I decided to just wait on the movement to the side. And then I realized I was too far away. Animation. Lag? Okay. It's so hard to press right as you jump. There we go.
I wish I'd have to go for that. I'm right to switch there.
Alright, and on to the next one. That was a room. And it's gone.
That was a room, and that was a room.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Teleporter mechanics. Yep, thank you for reminding me. I actually hold right as well, just to make extra sure they go into it. Ah, the other one.
Back.
Yeah, so you can get a little bit of extra damage at the start of this
there.
boss if you shoot very, very quickly. It's not much, but if you do perfectly, it does add up. But yeah, this guy has a couple of phases. This is one of the 2 attacks you kind of don't really want to see. And then jump over.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the bullets I was worried about there. Alright, cool.
Now I'm doing it.
Okay. So that's phase 1. And then this is phase 2, which also has 2 parts. In part 1, he'll do 3 attacks and then drop and let you shoot him. And in part 2, he'll only do 1. But you have to be a bit careful because sometimes the attacks, like this one for example, target individual players. So if you split up, you got to be a bit aware of where it's going to go. Oh, it's the next part, okay. Oh. And drop down.
Shooties.
Oh, you get so much damage in when it goes well. Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna go right.
Yeah, okay. Hi. First one attack? Yeah, one.
That was good.
Nice. Very clean.
That was probably my best fight yet.
Yeah, that really was. Nothing? Nothing?
Nope, nothing at all.
No, there's nothing at all. Wow. There really was just absolutely nothing nearby. Yeah, post-kill Sonic attack just decided to not give us anything that time. Not bad at all.
Alright, let's not mess up stage 4 this time around.
Yeah, stage 4 did not go well in our previous playthrough of this. Bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, welcome to the final stage. This is another set of references to a bunch. Starting off with, is it Super Paper Mario?
Probably super.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Super. Nice.
I probably should learn to do this sprint because I always get there first.
That's fine. Alright, one of the first things here is this blue coin section, which actually splits off into 2 parts. Get the save? Good.
I remembered.
So, when we first decided to play this, Cosmo picked bottom, which in my opinion is the harder route, so I lucked out on that one. I just have to worry about a few things here and there, and Cosmo has his own things to worry about, which starts off with a bunch of cycles, unfortunately. I single jumped into that, and I think it walked off as well. That's a shame.
Okay, so... Oh, I actually messed up too, so...
Ah, okay. Well... Showing not perfection right here. There we go. Still shouldn't have single jumped that. You can just walk off it. There we go. Alright, jump through here. So if you both play this perfectly, you actually meet up just the same time on this other side. But obviously, sometimes mistakes can happen.
Yep. Okay, you get that one.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get the left one. Yep, not a walk-off, of course. There we go. Then you get this intermission section between the areas. As we move on to part 2 of Final Stage. Which is, I want to be the guy, which, yeah, left one. Higher. One of those
Really?
boxes. Yeah. Jump. Yeah, I thought that was high too, but it wasn't. Jump. 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 Oh, wait. Go. Jump. There you guys waiting for that guy first. Cool. Obviously, the original was a big inspiration to many I Want to Be the Guy fan games, even today, despite it coming out in 2007. Dang, that was a bit close, but unfortunate.
That's fine, we wouldn't have met the cycle later anyways. This one.
Ah, I didn't trust myself. It felt a bit too out of reach. Hey. Here's where you see a bit of a difference between the host and the client for this game. Cosmo's blocks tend to get a little funky compared to mine.
It is unpleasant to push boxes as the client.
Yeah. This is actually like definitely an improvement. In a very early version, the blocks had quite a bit of trouble trying to work properly. Alright, back onto the platform gimmick that we saw from stage 3. However, because there's multiple platforms in this, yeah, I didn't trust that in the slightest. Things can get a little weird on this last screen, and because of that, it gives you a bit of an opportunity to change where you're going. So, the answer that you're supposed to do is you're meant to take this teleporter and use it to try to get to the end with... Well, this is a different way around. It's not going to work out, no. Reset.
Okay, that's reset.
That's unfortunate. I almost saved that too. Well, I did save it, but unfortunately it didn't work out. So you're supposed to use the
in the wrong
teleporter
way
and try to take it to the end. However, because of the way the platforms work, you can actually just get the teleporter gimmick and go to one of the areas that got added later in the game's life cycle, one of the secret areas, and just straight up go to the end, skipping everything on the way, which is like another 5 or 6 screens just completely disappeared. As you can see, these platforms aren't supposed to work this way because of that reason.
Don't hit the bomb.
Yeah, I didn't hit the thing at the top either. Didn't hit the bomb or the teleporter.
Hitting the thing at the top is better.
Yeah, for sure. Oops. Seeing both players teleport around is always so funny to me. Alright, nice. On to Area 3. I want to kill the... Wait, is this kill the... No, it's Camellia 3 first, isn't it? Yeah.
Camellia 3, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both killed.
Yeah, true. Technically, I want to be the Magnanimity, which is another I want to be the guy fan game, but I want to kill the Camellia 3 is a very, very famous one. It's a medley game based on a bunch of other fan games, which is what the medley genre is about. It generally takes screens or areas from other fan games and uses it in its own. Normally with permission. It depends on how the makers go. And this one was very infamous when it... That's my bad, I thought I had a bit more time there. Couldn't see my way getting past the bug. This game was very infamous when it first came out for its incredibly high difficulty, and even today it's still considered a very, very difficult game. But like, also when it came out, it was a very good looking game for its time. I don't know how well it holds up by nowadays standards, but at the time it was definitely pretty good for the parts that were original. Parts based on older fan games varied a little bit because they weren't so great on their own, but that's just how it is sometimes. Solid black backgrounds are just a thing you get sometimes. Oh. Ooh, almost went too early on that. Nice. But yeah, and this is one of the more well-known parts, the Magnanimity cart section, which is... The boss that it's related to is definitely one of the favorites of the series. Like, if it's not people's favorite boss in K3, then there's probably a late game boss next to it. There's not many that come better than this one. Yeah, just do the minecarts.
I mean, to be fair, this whole section's an auto-scroller.
Yeah, true. It's all just minecarts because of that. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I do wonder if this part's meant to be inspired by Rose Gear, because like it does look much more like a flower and harder difficulties.
Right, so I have double on my screen, so I'm gonna do my best.
You have what?
Double.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Is it? I guess it's about here.
Yeah, next one, yes.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a shame. I don't know how we got two spawn. I've not seen that before. It didn't appear on my screen. Oh,
yeah,
okay, my bad. Didn't know you could double trigger that.
I think we're fairly desynced.
Oh no.
Like, this is how far I can go right now.
No, okay.
Okay, so I'll jump a bit later than usual.
I mean, if anything, you should jump first because you're ahead of me. Yeah, I guess.
Well, I always jump first, don't I?
Go.
Please make it.
Yeah.
We both made it. What the?
Nice. And now on to the next section. This is still part of Camellia 3. This is actually the end of the first boss in that game. Another fan game called I Want to Be the White and Black, which it has a lot of black fruit and a lot of curving, and it causes quite a lot of problems for people. It's very heavily nerfed in K3 and even more nerfed in this game, but thankfully that was pretty good for first try. Like, there were actually very few fruit that even came close to us.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Oof. That was a pretty decent stage. I was worried about walking off. You can teleport. Ah, of course you can teleport into that. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about there.
Alright, on to the Area 4 then. So this is I Want to Kill the Guy, another very famous fan game that came out a very long time ago. Ah, I really jumped into that. I thought I might have jumped too low there. That's on me. This game came out in 2011, a time for Nice. Well, that's fine. I shot the wrong block anyway, so... But I Want to Be the Guy fan games when everything was kind of very, very basic.
I missed that one. Hold on.
Yeah. Every fan game was very basic, like solid black colors, because nobody really knew what they were doing. There were a lot of creative gimmicks here and there, but for the most part, it wasn't...
Nope.
Ah, you got stuck in the block.
Back.
That's a shame.
I'll take the journey back.
But then Kill the Guy came out, and it was definitely in a league of its own. Like, I went through a bunch of fan games from various places in history, and it felt like Kill the Guy was a game that should have come out like 5 to 10 years later. It was definitely not in the right time period for when it existed. And it's also a fan game to this day that a lot of people have probably played. Like, DJ S-Ray is definitely something very infamous from that game. Like, if you've played Kill the Guy and I say DJ S-Ray, you immediately know what I mean. Right, hit the ceiling. Yep. I really should let you go first on this. Just so I can actually do that.
Yeah.
So, you're supposed to move in individual directions to... Ah, I double jumped. Ah.
Ah, damn it.
To like both shoot an individual block. Whoops. Yeah, wait. But like, you can actually just jump to this bottom blue coin and come back. Jump scares me personally, but Cosmo's fine with it, so I just let him have it. I bonked, dude.
Don't stop doing that.
Like the first time I double jumped off, this time I bonked. I don't know how I keep finding new and creative ways to mess up. Like, it's not the longest screen in the world, but it sure ain't short. There you go. God damn.
We did it.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna be late.
Yeah, I saw that. Tried to let you double jump. Ah, unfortunate.
Right, that's why. I think if I'm too late, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Nah, I should have just bonked on the bottom one. I mean, I could have bonked on the bottom one. That was on me. I went low because I'm trying to lay myself out because of you.
So this should be fine.
There we go. I still went a bit low there, honestly. Alright, much better.
Lightning.
Yeah. And that's the end of the stage. And so, the final boss is based a little bit on everything that we've seen so far in the final stage. It's got a little bit from every single stage. Started with Black Hole again. There you go. Good thing it went left this time.
I'm holding left nowadays.
Yeah. So first things first, we've got Dementio. He's going to be the main basis for the whole way through this boss, as he's the one teleporting us around all of these games so far. Obviously, like the stages went, we've then got into I Want to Be the Guy. This is Dracula, which is probably one of the more infamous fights in that game as well. Mother Brain was very well known for its heavy mashing, but Dracula could be pretty hard on its mashing and its RNG. In this fight though, he has 4 attacks to choose from. After he's done 3 of them, his shield will disappear and we can just straight up kill him. The dogs and bats attacks actually has like 3 or 4 patterns, but on this difficulty you can basically just read what's coming at you. I swear we've got these fireballs last every single time. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Part 2, Kill Camellia 3, aka Magnanimity. Ah, I jumped slightly too low.
It's fine, this one's an auto-scroller.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it makes Boshy slower. Save the last part again. Yeah, as you can tell, one player being dead halves the damage output, so while it's fine for this part because they have a shield, just like in K3, it does make the next couple of parts a little bit slow. Bit of a shame. Yeah. Magnanimity with a Dementio input. Here's something to say about this one. Because in K3, the Shine and Bright fight does get interrupted by characters from the other I Want to Be the Guy fan games that Camellia 3 used because it's a medley game. And that's kind of what Dementio's referencing here as well. Then we get on to part 4, just like the stage, I Want to Kill the Guy, the Dark Boshy fight. Or the Boshy fights first. Which is probably one of the most famous fights in that game as well, partly because, you know, Boshy is very well known. But also because this boss was very high production value for its time. Hopefully the spike RNG is decent enough that you can actually jump up and shoot, that'd be great. Ooh, those double spikes were not friendly, yeesh.
That's why I dodged them.
Yeah. actually a couple of spots that you can stand for this attack that just make it completely safe and you don't have to worry about it, because if you play that attack in the original game, it's very hard to read those guys. Yeah, you can just hold auto fire down because you can just keep missing otherwise.
I'll never miss.
I sure did. You probably want bigger jumps here, by the way, just to, you know, move less to the side.
You make a good point.
Like, it's not so good at the end because Dark Washy's height, yeah. When you're jumping over those two, you can miss pretty easily, but for the rest of it, yeah. Nice. And now that all the side activities are all done, we'll get back to Dimentio. If I was still alive... That's a bit close for comfort. If I was still alive here, we would actually be able to do a quick kill on him and kill him during the next attack or the end of this one. The attack would still go off, which looks really funny, but Dimentio is done. But unfortunately, because I'm not alive, Cosmo's just got to go solo this time. Yeah, normally you can just stand at the bottom of the screen under the laser. However, Dimentio's alive still. You don't really want to risk that here. So we still have to see the final attack, which is this stars thing. Thankfully, it still doesn't take too long to kill. However, you actually have to deal with the double kill attack afterwards. Nice. Oh yeah, and time is when stage completed appears there. This has been I Want to Be the Co-op. I hope you enjoyed watching the run.
Bye-bye.